Everybody, I hope we are all doing well. I got to give my shout out to DFW Radio for hosting my videos on their YouTube page. That's number one shout out. Number two, got to give a shout out for you because you showed up yet again. Today we're going to talk about what does Satan have to do with it. That's how we're going to start this show. What does Satan have to do with anything? And why do we not hold ourselves accountable for our own decisions, our own choices? I have so many clients that give me so many excuses on why they did this or that and blaming everyone else, but never holding themselves accountable. I hear so many people talking about, well, the devil made me do it, but it was your choice and your decision to continue to follow through. So now you stand in the place of what? Looking at yourself in the mirror, noticing that I am where I am because of me, not because of Satan. Holding a conversation with a friend of mine, and we're talking about the Bible. I said, well, in the Bible says God created heaven and earth. And if you continue to read that same Bible, it tells you that we unleash hell on this earth. We are the hell on the earth. It's choosing which end of the spectrum you're going to be on. But it's only a decision that you make within to choose whose side you're going to be on. Where do you stand? Who is on the Lord's side? Who is on the side of love? Who is on the side of peace? Who is on the side of sovereignty? Who is on the side of compassion and understanding? Who is on the side of those things? Or are we on the side of judgment? On the side of ridicule? On the side of having something to say? Not allowing people to lay their Lazarus down and walk in their light. Understanding that we all have a journey. We all have our own journey. And wherever a person is, that's just where they at. Either you support it or you walk away from it. Me, walk away from it. I'm not going to support you in your mess. Do something and then support will come. Let me see you changing right before my eyes and then I'll support you. Now, will I mistreat you while you're in your mess? No. We just won't be hanging and stuff, but I'm not going to mistreat you. So again, I pose the question of what does Satan have to do with the actions and the deeds that we do towards one another? No one is making those choices but us. We're not walking away. Some things you can't walk away from, and that's honestly telling you the truth. Honestly telling you the truth. Then you would not be true to yourself. And sometimes you got to stand up for something. It's okay to be Martin Luther King, but you got to have a little Malcolm X. You got to know that you are somebody that's deserving and worthy, and that you should not be mistreated, should not be mishandled. Those are things that you should know in the substance of your own being. That it's okay for me to be me. And for me to express myself the way I deem fit to express myself. And understanding whatever the consequences may be, guess what? They fall on me, they don't follow nobody but me. If I end up in wherever I end up, guess what? Who did it? You can say, well, Lisa made me mad. And I went off on Lisa and, baby, I did this. And you're on the phone calling everybody. Because you done messed up. Child, let me tell you what she did. But you are the controller of yourself. You control you. You don't allow outside sources to control you. So again, what does Satan have to do with anything? We are the biggest devils there is. Two-faced as we want to be. We do some of the most hurtful things to one another. We backstab each other. We don't support one another. Jealousy, envy, all inside of us. Always seeking. What are we seeking? And again, what does Satan have to do with what you're seeking? Holding yourself accountable in life is the numero uno key to life. Saying, okay, I am that. Yes, I smile. I smile, but if you cross me, God knows my heart. And that's the only person I'm concerned about. I'm concerned about that there. I know somebody that saw it all. That knew your intention. And I reacted. Am I ashamed of me? No. Am I going to react to the point where I end up in jail? Oh, no. But am I going to tell you what you need to know so you won't do it again? Of course. That's me honoring and respecting myself. So that you can learn how to respect yourself. To the point that I'm with that, baby, I got to tell you this. And I'm not going to put my hands on you. I'm not your parent, your mama. Not that. I'm not here to be your master. See, a lot of us walking around here with this master mentality because we following so many orders. And we think the whole world is supposed to follow what we talking about. Nope. Not so. A couple of years ago, maybe 3 years ago, I thought this process through. Growing up in a home where my mom always talked about correction. You know, spare the rod, spoil the child. But it took me to read the Bible to know that wasn't even in the Bible. There's a rod of correction in the Bible. But to spare the rod and spoil the child, that's not even in the Bible. So I realized that when I was raising my children, guess what? I had that same mentality my mama had. That if you don't do what I say, I'm going to beat you. Like I'm somebody's master. And all of that. And shut up. Stop all that noise. And it took me back. Inside myself, I looked at me. And all of the slave stories and things that I had seen. And how the masters did what they did to other human beings. Again, I keep telling you, for me, it's not about color. It's human being against human beings. And until human beings begin to see it is only us doing these things to us, we want to put a color on it to make it feel better. But at the same time, during slavery, guess what? Black people sold one another. Black people beat one another. Not because they had to, because they wanted to be in the position that they were in. But that's the reality of slavery that people don't tell you. And right now, today, guess what? We still have that mentality. We still want to control somebody. We still want to be somebody's master. And not only that, we still want to be told what to do. We would rather follow orders, follow suit, do what everybody else doing. than to speak up and stand up and do what we know is right inside of our heart. What we're afraid of. Ask yourself that question. Talking to somebody, listening to a news report a couple of years ago, and I'm saying to myself, how do we actually stand around and not do nothing? You know, if that was your mother, or if it was your sister, your grandmother, or for the women, that was your son, some of these things was happening too. Would you not stand up and say something? Or would you just sit there? You know, I look at the mentality in our communities. Tell you how rough it is. A couple of years ago, my cousin was murdered. Sleep. Well, in his own apartment, sleep. To this day, they have not found who murdered my cousin. Why? Because we got that mentality, snitches get stitches. So it's okay for a murderer to walk around in the neighborhood. It's okay for a life to be taken. That's the mentality we have. That was somebody to somebody. Do you know how much information we have? And we scared. But we got a master. See, when God be for you, nothing can be against you. But because of fear of another. What is good and righteous is just that, good and righteous. How do you think my aunt feels? I go up and down her timeline and I see the pain inside of her. And I'm thinking to myself, how many people are walking around her, know her, and know what happened? They won't even open their mouth. See, those are things that disgust me about us. That's just telling you the truth about who I am and my morals and my principles and just how I feel about life. We got this thing mixed up. There's no way in the world. Let me tell you something about somebody that'll kill somebody that does not have respect of life can go off at any given time. They've already done it one time. So who's to say what's the next thing to set them off? And then you look at it from the other side. Who's to say because they took a life that fear hadn't set inside of them and they'll never do it again? That God is dealing with them on a consciousness level. Leaving with them the image of their own destruction. See, there's multiple ways to look at anything. But we got to begin to be honest about who we are. We cannot continue to talk about this Satan because Satan is through us, through our actions, through our own words. The life we live speaks for us. Whether it be food you eat, it'll speak for you. You'll begin to get sick. Have high blood pressure, diabetes, heart disease, all of these things. Because your life speaks for you. You're a murderer, a killer, your life gonna speak for you. Drug dealer, life gonna speak for you. Why do we not get it? That it's us. It's only us. And our choices and our decisions. That's why I decided to be a mentor, a counselor, a teacher to other people. Because I had to reprogram my own thought process. So go on to my webpage, divinetimeinglp.com, and book a counseling session with me. Let's work through some of this taught behavior that does not help anyone in society. changing and renewing our mind is a must. I just told you my story. My story, I cannot change. I know who I was, and they'll tell you. Babe, I thought about that thing one day and I called them. Tears just rolling, babe. I couldn't hardly stop crying. When I realized I was treating my children like slaves. I was wanting them to do things the way I did it. Understanding, not understanding as long as it got done. See, now I'm at the point of as long as you do what I ask you to do, I don't care how you do it. Just get it done. Period. Do it your way. Just get it done. Compared to, that ain't how I do it. And so it's not right. Well, if you want it right, the way you want it, you get up and you do it. Because now we put our lives in the hands of children. That's what we do. Put our life in the hands of a child. Well, we the adult. And then because our life is messed up, screwed up, complicated and all these things, then what do? We lash out on something and can't even defend itself. We become the bullies because we feel bullied. That's what parents do. And never reflect back and see who they've been to another. Children are rewards from the Lord. We get those gifts from God to come in to teach us, because we're not the only teacher in the house. Children can teach you a magnitude of things if you open your heart and listen. Going down the videos, baby, I see the little girl, she in the car seat, baby, she trying to get a car seat off. She's trying to get a car seat. And so the daddy, he just laughing. And so he asked her, do you need help? She's saying no. So she's just struggling. He asked her again, do you need help? She said no. She just doing her thing. She gonna get out of that thing, baby. And I'm like, look at her. She just working. Just like we all do. Working to get out of the situations that we in. He said, you sure you don't need no help? She told us, so help yourself. Baby, that thing gave me life. See, sometimes we're so busy wanting to help other people that can do. She knew she could get that car seat off of her. Give me time, baby, I got this. She knew it, but because sometimes we rush them. You know, we ain't got time. They're not on our time schedule. So then we become the bully. We become the master to another. The etymology meaning of the word family means house of slaves. How many people know that? House of slaves. So I sat around and I paid attention to that one day in my own house once I found out the meaning. And I just was looking around. Go do this. Go do that. You ain't moved that. And I'm just looking like, oh my God, this is for real. That's the mentality we have in our homes. You know, we call on each other when we're sick. We get up when we're sick. We don't even know how to take care of ourselves. We just keep pushing through our illness. As women, we push through and suffer for another. Because that's our taught behavior, that we're supposed to do that. See, nobody taught us to take time for ourselves. Nobody taught us that it's okay to say no. And it's okay to have some things that are only yours. You don't have to share everything. So we grow up in houses where you told you got to share every little thing. Everybody come on, baby. Nope. You don't have to. Some things are just for you. That's your peace that passes understanding. I was talking to one of my aunts, my Aunt Linda. She said, oh, baby, they can't come stay with me because I like to walk around my house like this and me and my husband and calm. But it took her to say that for me to realize how many people I had allowed to live with me and how they were taking my peace. Now, mind you, they weren't taking my peace. I gave my peace away because I allowed them in my home. See, that's the thing. You got to see the part that you play. I remember I just bought a living room suit one year. I knew this guy, this girlfriend, they'd come over and spend the night, right? Come in late, sleep half of the day. And every day I would come out of my bedroom, open my door. It would simmer down in my soul. I ain't laid on my own sofa. Now, not that I praise a sofa. I want you to understand, I don't praise no sofa. That's idle stuff. I'm praise nothing but God. I thank it for the service it gives to me. But praising it, I get on that too, because baby, I done went into some houses, baby. The rooms is just for show. Ain't nowhere in the world I'm put that much money in the room and all I'm doing is look at it. I'ma enjoy it. That's me. I'ma enjoy everything that I have. I'm not gonna just look at it. I'm gonna be about it. Be about that life. So back to the story. Y'all know I get into it. So when she said that, and I held myself accountable because I offered for these people to come, would you come stay with me until you get yourself together? After a while, I realized they weren't getting themselves together. It was just a cycle of the same thing. And so inside of me, that was burning. Burning me up now. Thank you for the groceries. I want you to know I'm gonna eat with or without you, baby. I want you to know my bills gonna be paid with or without you. All of these things just started coming up in me every time I would open that door. And the thing that set me off was this person says to me, no, my grandkids came down the stairs one day. At 7 o'clock in the morning, I break making noise. This person goes off on my grandchildren. Y'all ill enough for then you got 10 minutes to get out of my house. Well, first of all, they live here, you a visitor. I don't care what time you walk in the door. They live here. And they ain't bothering nobody. That's what people do when they wake up in the morning. They make noise. They go brush their teeth, wash their face, go get the coffee. Whatever it is you do. They had done wash their face, brush their teeth. It's time to come downstairs and get some breakfast. So sorry you sleep, but you in somebody else's house. Why am I going to make you comfortable and make my family uncomfortable? So for me, that's a reason to set the record straight. Do I feel bad? No. Why? I gave myself peace. But I had to stand up for myself to do it. And the crazy part is, maybe they began to talk loud. What? You got 10 minutes. That's all I'm saying. That's all you got with me. Your 10 minutes is up, baby. You going out the door. And then maybe by these hands, you going up out the door. But I'm getting up out of here. In 10 minutes, I'm going to lock my door. You call who you want to call. Done with. That's me. Another time, let somebody stay with me. Baby, when I tell you we something now, and we don't hold ourselves accountable. And that's the only thing I want you guys to understand. There is no Satan. There is only us. Putting ourselves in circumstances and situations that really do not serve us. Because out of the kindness of our heart and those conflictions inside of us about, oh, well, you're supposed to help your sisters and brothers. Hey, they got to help themselves. Give them some great referrals. I don't know what to tell you, but you can't stay with me. Ain't no staying with me. You can visit. That's it. And the day you're supposed to leave, that day you leave. I'm going to help you pack up tonight before to make sure you're ready to head out that door. That's the kindness to myself. Because now I hold myself accountable for the things that I do to myself. See, there is no Satan, there's only self. And who you choose to be in this life is only your choice. To continue to walk around in this sad game of life is tragic to me. I tell a lady the same thing I'm telling you. She says, well, that's how I was raised. When I broke it down to her, she telling me the story, so I gave her the true reveal of it. And so she said, well, that's how I was raised. I just believe in the devil. What? And you don't see? I understand what you're saying. Yeah, but you don't want to hold yourself accountable. It's easier to put it on a devil than to say, this is what I did. You know something else we do? We pick up the phone. We call people that we know going to agree with us. We ain't going to call nobody that's going to be against us. Now, I'm going to tell you something that I do when I'm standing on moral and principles. I said, baby, I go out here in the streets and ask 10 people I don't even know. I ain't got to know them. I just walk up to them and let them mediate. But then I got to the point, I ain't got to prove nothing to you. Why am I proving something to you? Who are you for me to prove anything to? So you got to get there. So let me help you get there. Go to my webpage, divinetimeinglp.com. Get a counseling session. I'm tripping. Get a counseling session up. Let's sit down and we're going to talk and we're going to work through all of these choices that you feel like you have to make to please other people. You got to please nobody but yourself. Thus said the Lord. The Lord said, to that self be true. See, we forget that because we've been trained by the masters. We've been trained by the best. And still training, generation after generation, still training. Many of us have jumped off that ship. Somebody said something to me about getting in that organization. But in order for me to be in that organization, I had to be attached to a church. You know what I said? I'm going to build me one. And they will come. Don't worry about it. I got one. I got one called Divine Timing. Liberated Souls. It will be packed. Because I'm going to use the thing that has been used to oppress us to lift us up. I live in an area of Jacksonville where there are, I think, 28 churches in a small area. And in the areas that these churches are at are some of the most oppressed places in Jacksonville. There's nowhere in the world you preaching liberation, teaching goodwill, teaching self-accountability, and your area is oppressed. See, when I see oppression in an area and there's that many churches in it, let me tell you what I see. I see a lot of devil talking. I see a lot of hell talking. And I see a lot of people scared. That's what I see. Because there's no life being poured into them. I see the pulpit pouring more oppression into them. God is pleased with you just where you are. God wants you to take accountability of your life. God wants you to quit passing the buck. God wants you to look at yourself and say, I should get up and do something for myself. I shouldn't be out here asking for anything. What do I have inside of me that I am able to give to another that is worth something to them? I applaud. I'm going down the street to see this lady. She has a sign raising my rent money. But guess what she was doing to raise her rent money? Selling flowers. She had no sense to go to the wholesale warehouse, get her a thing of flowers, and she was selling flowers. I said, let me hurry up and get her these $5. Thank you. Thank you, Lord. Then you look at some of us on the street. You can tell we're not even mentally there to be self-sustaining. And I don't see nobody in the street helping them. I don't see a ministry out there doing anything. I don't. See, getting to know your community, getting to know your neighborhood, getting to know the problems in it is our responsibility. You know, you can tell the mindset as you drive through neighborhoods. People that's stand up mentally, you know, good foundation, beautiful homes, beautiful yard, beautiful life. People on a rocky foundation, it'll look good when you walk in the door, baby. The truth is revealed. Chaos. But it looked good. Third type of front row. Front row people. Trash everywhere. Prostitution. Drugs everywhere. I call it I've forgotten. Because see, the maidens and the in-between don't go back. See, the in-betweens could have more because we don't reach out to lift people up. And I'm not saying let them come in your house. No. But direct their path. Hook yourself up with some information and make sure your information works for the people. Because it makes no sense for you to have information that don't work. That you go get them information and then the number that they call, tell them, well, we're not assisting people right now. That's not no good information. You ain't helped nobody. You ain't did nothing for nobody. You just made yourself feel good. You got the number and you didn't even keep up with the status. So in case you met somebody, it would go on and work out for you. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know what's going on with my eyelash. These are things that are our responsibility, that are going on in our society that should mean something to us. That is why I became a part of the NAACP. Because those things matter to me. People matter to me. Situations and circumstances matter to me. And it's so mind-boggling that we have so many great ideas and we won't put our egos aside to make it happen for our sisters and brothers or for humanity's sake. Now, before I leave here, I want you to understand God is the creator of both heaven and earth. And I want you to understand that this earth is our heaven. Once we open up to seeing our responsibility in it, understanding that you can only help those that choose to be helped. It's like my client. My clients have to choose me. I can't go out there just saying, you gonna be my client and you gonna pay me and this what we gonna do. No, my clients have to choose me. And I have to honor them by providing the service. See, we all hold ourselves accountable. You paid me, so now I got to show up. And not only show up, but I got to do what I told you I could do. Because I got to honor your money that you have given me. You know how many times I've gone to webinars and my money wasn't honored? And I couldn't get mad at nobody. You want me to tell you why? Because I chose to go there. That was my free will to do it. Or how many times I've aligned myself with something but didn't commit to it. I have to hold myself accountable. You know, when people call you and tell you this is a trick that you really don't even want to go through. If you're working with somebody and they're telling you that there is no refund on your money and they're not performing or doing anything for you, that's somebody you don't need to deal with. With me, if I don't do what I told you I was going to do, here you go. With my clients, every 5 referrals that they give me, do you know what I give them back? A $50 gift card. Thank you for helping me build my client list. Thank you. See, I didn't come just to take. I came to give too. Now I'm going to give a service. But if you give me my referrals, guess what? I'm giving you something back. And you can do whatever you want to do with it. Thank you. And then those 5 referrals send me 5 more referrals, and I'm passing out cards all day. Because I'm grateful that I have that kind of support. So again, we're going to keep talking about what does Satan have to do with anything? What does Satan have to do with you not paying your bills? What does Satan have to do with you just sitting around letting life pass you by? What does Satan have to do with you not eating properly? What does Satan have to do with you not getting exercise? What does Satan have to do with any of these things? These are personal choices. It's personal choice for you to just sit around and keep having babies. That's personal. Because you're looking for love in all the wrong places. Low self-esteem. Addiction. Looking for love in all the wrong places. Lack of confidence. Because you've been torn down so much. You don't even believe in yourself. Because instead of people inspiring you to do better, they'd rather tear you down. They'd rather be your master than to set you free. See, liberation is inspiration, motivation to be more. Because inside of you is so much more. But again, because we have been trained to be masters to something, we rather call you bones than give you life. That's the power of our own tongue does that. Holding ourselves accountable. And letting Satan, or whatever that is, go. Come on now. You know, all of this imaginary stuff, that is a grand hallucination of life. You know, talk to people, well, it is a dark energy. Yeah, in you. It ain't outside of you, it's in you. Your choices, your decisions, what you chose to do, that's you. Ain't nothing swooped in on you to make you manipulate nobody. Ain't nothing swooped in on you to play a role in something. Nobody did that but you. So then let the chips fall the way they come. That's what you call karma. You can get it the good way or you get it the negative way. The positive way or the negative way. I don't like to say good or bad either. That's only my perception. It's always negative and positive. But it's all up to us. It's up to us to restore our neighborhoods. It's up to us to restore our community. It's up to us to restore our own freaking lives. How many people have told you that? Or how many people have you heard, well, just keep praying, God will fix it. God will fix you to get up and get it done. That's what God will do. That's what prayer do, fix you. Prayer will fix you. Lord, need a job. Good job. See, even terminologies that we use in our prayers make no sense, but that's what we've been taught to do. That is a travesty to generations of our people. Who is going to stand up for our people? Who is going to stand up against this foolishness? I say I am. I am tired of our people being oppressed. I am tired of walking in buildings that oppress people. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of people talking about a devil instead of talking about the circumstance and the situation and the person for themselves. I'm tired of people putting somebody in a hell that don't even freaking exist. People scared to live and scared to die. Scared to liberate themselves because of taught behavior. Because you have been conformed to the beliefs of another without even knowing and seeking knowledge for yourself. I'm tired of that. Ain't going with that. I'm sick of it. So I am. Divine Time and LP is me. I'm the straw that broke the camel's back. I'm the mouth that said, I ain't scared to repeat it. I'm tired of our people being oppressed and controlled by a book and by the mentality of the people in the pulpit. Tired of it. No proof, just rules. People are not walking in their own sovereignty because of rules. People are so uncomfortable with themselves till they make everything around them uncomfortable. You go into these buildings and it's more of a fashion show. Or who got what. That don't make you better because at the end of the day, we all live in the same life. We all have the same stress, anxiety, worry, doubt, fear, all of that. Some of y'all upset now, looking good, coming in the building, and frustrated about how you gonna pay your bills when you get home. Wrong people pay Paul. Because you want to keep up these looks. Walk around confined. Just girdles and all this stuff on. You're not even comfortable with how God made you. Everybody want to look the same. Nobody wants to be themselves. Everybody's striving for the mark of what? Foolishness. Carnal desire. Because mindset says, that says I've made it. I'm going to tell you what says you made it. Your compassion for another. That's what says you made it. It's not how much money you put in the church offering. It's how much money you actually put in the community. Hello? What are you doing for your community? That speaks volumes. What is your church doing for the community besides giving away food? Like, God don't provide food. Most people that be in the food line, I used to do petitions. I already had food. Now, is it a blessing from God? Of course it's a blessing from God for some people. Because a lot of people will have this, and then they come right on up to the church and they get, oh, I got a cabbage, so I can cook a cabbage with this right here. Oh, God, blessing. But beyond that, what is your church doing in the community? We have town hall meetings. 606. We have town hall meetings. I post them all the time. I even get on reels to remind people of these town hall meetings. If our religious clergy was so for the people, it wouldn't be only 3 or 4 ministers that show up. You gonna tell you why they don't show up? Because everybody want to do it their way. It's not about a God move. It's about a man move. That's idiotic to me. Like, when are we gonna wake up? It's not gonna get done unless we freaking do it. And so put all your freaking resources together, get the freaking stuff done. Period. But until we see that, it's gonna be where it's at. Church ain't gonna like this, but it's okay. I'm gonna say it. If you know you have the power of life and death in your own tongue, why are you speaking corona in your church? Why are you speaking the different strands of it in your church? Why are you not speaking life in your church? Why are you not praying over your congregation? They believe in you now. That's why they're there. They believe in you. They don't believe in themselves. They believe in you. So why are you not doing that for your community? Why are you not knocking on doors in your community? I just came to pray over your house, so no hurt, harm, or danger can come towards you. I just want to do that for you today. Some told me to stop right now. Some told me to stop and remind you that God is with you always. That no matter where you are, God is, and you are protected. Some told me to stop and tell you that. Some told me to tell you to take that mask off, get you some oxygen, and not to fear, because God didn't give you a spirit of fear. Some told me to tell you that. Some told me to tell you, don't keep believing something that was concocted to control you. Something told me to tell you that. Something told me to lift up a freaking standard and stand on the thing that I believe in, that I say I believe in, God. To speak to the cells of your body. We'll go into a hospital and surround a bed and pray over somebody. But we won't pray over somebody that's standing up walking to cover them. And because they believe in you, it is done. A lot of people in churches don't believe in themselves. They don't believe in their own prayer because they've been oppressed. They don't think God hears them. That's true. Because it ain't working the way they wanted to work and how fast they wanted to work, and Or they thinking about all the failures and everything going on and that has gone on in their life. They honestly don't feel as though that they have been heard. So then they go outside of themselves and ask somebody else to pray the prayer that they already prayed. The answer was just what you prayed. Because you didn't have a belief in it. Now the prayer got to start, the answer got to come to you another way. And then you'll say, Pastor such and such, it happened because of you. Yeah, because it took that pastor to pray for you to believe that it was possible for it to happen for you. But see, when you prayed, all you had to do was believe that it was done. I don't know how it's coming. I know it's coming. Thank you. I'm not going to bet it on this. Just bet it on this person right here. I know that God works in mysterious ways. And is limitless. Can do anything, however, whatever. Make things happen that you would think not even supposed to happen. But we don't believe in ourselves, and we don't believe that we heard. Jesus said, I know when I pray, the Father hears me. See, and I know that too. But I want us to know that you are divine and you are heard all the time. Masterpiece, I'm telling you, connected to the source, because source is with you. Nothing to fear. Fear is a form of energy. You'll bring that thing to you because you don't understand who you are. You got to understand who you are and how God created you and ordained you. See, that's why Jesus was killed. Jesus was revealing some stuff. And until you pick up the book for yourself and read what Jesus taught, you'll always be controlled by another. Until you thoroughly understand what Jesus taught, you'll always be controlled by another. You'll always be hoodwinked. Because you're supposed to study to show yourself. You hear me? That's what the book says. Study to show yourself. Not somebody else study to show you something. Then remembering that God is a good God. God is not a God of war, hell, and carrying on. That God is a God of acceptance and allowing us to work out our issues within. Constantly correcting us. That's what God is. Present help. Being grateful is present help. Most of us are only grateful when we see the thing. But can you get grateful before you see it? Can you get grateful and be at peace where you at until you see it? Until you know, oh my God, you have done it again. See, I can be at peace where I'm at. Wherever I am, God is. And wherever I am, I'm blessed. I'm living in overflow. It's just everywhere. Surrounding me. My friends, my family, my co-workers. Well, when I work, my co-workers, all of that. Always surrounding me. But was I open enough to receive it? That's the thing. Standing in my own way sometimes. I stood in my own way a lot. So I ask you again, who is this Satan? And when are you going to hold yourself accountable? It's your life. The only way it's going to change is if you change it. Those cycles of doing the same thing and trusting the same people, none of that is going to work. Ask God for things that matter and be grateful that the evidence of those things will be shown to you. That God is a God of love, waiting for you to open up, to believe that belongs to God also belongs to you. It's not away from you. You are that thing. That is you. Then that thing begins to move into your reality. Because you say, I am that. I am that life. I am that person. I am that. And you become that. More and more of that. But you got to believe in you. So we keep believing in everything but our own capabilities. Yes, believe in God. But you got to do something in your belief. Hold yourself accountable for the things that you're doing in your belief of. Give. Be open to receive. Inside of you is a living well of information coursing through you all day long. Coursing through you. I told you we go in and out and we heal everybody. Go in and out. But because we don't see it, our egos get in the way. We want to see it a certain type of way. No. Lord, I just know. I just know. It's a knowing. That's what you call intuition. I know what to say, when to say it, how to say it, who to say it to. I know what color to wear, who to sit by. I know these things because my inner compass, my intuition tells me so. My intuition tells me what to speak, when to speak. My intuition is get me in a car and take me somewhere I ain't never been before. For me to get some information that I ain't know I was going to get. The spirit had already went before me. The universe had already organized some stuff. That's trust and faith. And knowing that your plan has already been mapped out. But you got to trust the plan. You got to trust the purpose. You got to trust, you got to trust, you got to trust. And trust means you got to let freaking go of control. You, me, none of us have control of anything but ourselves. We are no one's master. And no one is our master. We are free to be who we are. That's the only thing God requires of you. Let go of what you think. And if you don't know how to let go, book with me. Go to divinetimeandlp.com. We'll get it together. We'll get it right on together because I'm going to hold you accountable every step that you take. Because your money means something to me. And it should mean something to you. And we will get it done. That's period, point blank. Because your life matters to me. The shift that you're going to take place, that's going to take place in you because of working with me, matters to me. My name matters to me. DivineTimingLP.com. Book a session. Or look me up on Facebook, Instagram. In my bio is my link. You can book a session right there. And it will be well worth your time. We're going to break through beliefs that don't serve us, and we're going to do it together, one step at a time. But we got to start at the beginning, where the beliefs came from. That's at the building that your mama them went to. That's at that building that your grandmama them went to. See, generations of it because of belief. Everybody in the pulpit is not for you, before themselves. Jesus told you thieves in the temple, baby. And that's how I feel when I go in church. I want to flip tables, baby. None of this about God. I see you. And I'm looking. I know somebody that's looking. I am is looking. You crossed on the backs of people. And that too. It's free will. Where have you been? And how do we hold our leaders responsible for getting us out of the oppression and speaking life into us? How do we hold our leaders accountable? The only thing you should speak to me is life, and have every recommendation ready to change my life when I ask you for help. Now I'm gonna pray for you. It ain't a pray. I don't pray for myself. Thank you. I'm asking you for help. What you gonna do? If I'm hungry and you eating a Snicker bar, can you give me a piece? If I'm telling you in my refrigerator is nothing but a light bulb in my fingerprints, you gonna still pray for me? Are you gonna help me? Are you gonna understand that what you give unto me, you've really given unto yourself? Is the joy of the Lord really your soul? Is it really? Watch this. Be of service. Don't just have me come into service. Give me what I want, now I'll go away. Your help. So I can turn my life around. All right, y'all, give me 1 minute. You know what we got to do? And I want us to have a blessed day. And I thank you for even taking your time to even listen to me. I really do. Give me 1 second before we click off. Everybody like that music. It's your girl, Latiska Power, your author. We have Powerful DNA, your podcaster, Divine Timing LP. Check me out on Anchor. Your friend, your mentor, and your teacher, so that we can reprogram all of the things that do not serve us together. Make sure you go to my bio. Check out my links, and I think it's a free session in there. If you want to just, go to divinetimingLP.com, hit that comment button, leave me a comment. Baby, life is ours. We're going to turn this thing around together. God bless us. God keep us. Have a beautiful, blessed day.